Hello friends, welcome back to another vlog. If you are new around here, I'm Alex and Sage just literally woke up. It never fails. But anyway, hello. I just got back from the farmer's market with my friend Jade. She lives not far from here, but she lives very close to the farmer's market. So we went ahead and got our girls together. She has a 7-week-old. I have a 11-month-old. And we took our strollers and walked to the farmer's market. Listen, my ideal self does that stuff. That's what she does. And I did it today. First time ever doing that. And it literally brought me so much joy. Okay, I hate when people like apologize for the way they look. It's just like, let it happen, who cares, be yourself. And I just about caught myself about to complain and explain why I feel like I don't look good, and I don't want to do that. I'm gonna stop doing that. I'll do a little farmer's market haul for you. I'll show you what we got. Sage and I got out of the house today at like 9:35, which I don't think we've ever done before unless she had like a doctor's appointment or something. Sage normally gets up around 8, which she got up like exactly 8 a.m. this morning, had breakfast, and I was just running around like a crazy person because my husband, Clark, works on Saturdays, unfortunately. So I was just trying to like get everything together with her, the dog, myself. And yeah, it was kind of chaotic, but we were out the door by 9:35, got to the farmer's market before 10, which is insane. Like, I can't believe that we managed to do that. And then I packed the pack and play. So I was gonna go ahead and put her down at my friend's house, let her take her nap, and then I was going to walk to the nail salon. And she's like, yeah, let her sleep. You go have some you time. And that did not work. Anytime Sage goes down, she goes down very well, doesn't cry, puts herself to sleep. It's great. But that was not the case today. She was so scared of a different environment, which she's been there before, but she was hyperventilating. She was crying so hard when I left the room, and I'm like, I can't do this to her. So anyway, we packed up and headed home, and she's waking up from her nap now. So before I grab her, let's go ahead and do a little farmer's market haul. Okay, I got new sheets the other day. They came in this really cute canvas tote bag, and I'm like, I'm gonna use this at the farmer's market. And it's so funny, when we were there, I was loading some stuff up in this bag, and I was telling my friend about it. I'm like, isn't this tote bag the cutest thing? I just got new bamboo sheets, and I'm gonna reuse this tote bag. Like, I'm so excited. And one of the vendors was like, wow, I really enjoyed listening to that mom conversation. And I was like, yeah, that's my life. Talking about how excited I am about new sheets and reusing this tote bag. And she's like, I appreciated that. I'm like, you're welcome for your entertainment. I got this elderberry ginger drink, which is very gingery and very delicious. I got some pickles, and then I got Clark some sourdough bread. I can't eat this because I can't have wheat, which is very unfortunate for me. And then I just got Nala some treats. I grabbed some local honey. And then I picked up these flowers. There's 3 different little bundles of them, and I still need to like cut off the rubber bands and arrange them. There is nothing like fresh flowers. Nothing like it. What? Okay, so I thought we could sit down and just chat some postpartum stuff. I asked you guys on Instagram for some postpartum questions that you have. I realized that I have not done that yet. A lot of people asked about her sleep. I think I'm gonna do a separate video. I know, I feel like I keep saying that, but I would love to just condense everything about sleep and what we did into a video to answer all the questions right there. I feel like I'm seasoned enough now with an 11-month-old to be able to speak on it. And just to talk about what we did, I remember I was looking up so many videos and just learning about baby sleep, and just to figure out, to like pick and pull what worked best for us, kind of have my little equation of what worked for us. So I'm happy to share that, but I think I'll do that in another video. If you guys want that, please let me know. You guys asked about weaning plans. Before I had Sage, my plan was to breastfeed for at least 12 months if I could. Like, that would be amazing. That was the big goal. That was my desire. I'm so grateful to say that we have had a great experience with breastfeeding. She's 11 months old and she still breastfeeds 4 times a day, and I don't know when I'm gonna change that. I thought I would stop at a year, but then I had her and loved the journey with her, and I'm like, I want to keep going as long as she can. We'll just see what she does, if she weans herself, or if that's something that I'm gonna have to do and put effort into. But right now, I don't plan on stopping nursing her now that she's almost 1. The first one that we probably will drop, though, will be the feed that is after her second nap, which is her last nap of the day. I think that one will be the easiest because I feed her in the morning, after her first nap, which is usually the longer nap, after the second nap, and then nighttime. So I think that third feeding of the day will be the one that we drop first. What was the hardest thing about postpartum? So the first few weeks for me were the hardest, which is obviously the most fresh, and you're physically just, healing and going through so much during that time. Postpartum has its phases, That early part of postpartum was definitely the hardest for me, and just dealing with stitches and the tearing, just the overall healing of what my body just did. The stitches for me, that really was really uncomfortable, and as they were healing, I felt like it was very painful, let's just say that. I was trying to have perspective, like it could have been so much worse, but at the end of the day, that was real to me, and what I felt was valid. And so if you feel that way of like comparing, or I should have done this or that or whatever, like how you feel is completely valid. So early on postpartum, first few weeks, several weeks were very hard. And then also always feeling like I'm behind, always feeling like I can't get anything done. I'm very much a to-do list person. I'm very much like, I like my space organized and clean. I thrive in that. And yeah, I know like when you have a baby, you have to let some of those things go. But for me, my mental health was better when things were in order. Not perfect, like not talking about being perfect, but just in order. And when things were just not, it just really threw me off. And every other little thing would just trigger me. And I would just be like, so overwhelmed, especially when Clark went back to work. He had off the very first month, which was amazing. And then he had to go back to work, and he works so much, he even works on Saturdays. So I guess that's another part of postpartum, is just not having him here a whole lot. He helps so much when he's here. He's such a good dad. And at the same time, I'm home with her by myself, and it just can feel kind of lonely. I want to be here with her, and I love that I'm able to be here with her. Like that's literally my dream. Just doing everything myself is just hard. And I have one child and I want more. I don't know how I'm gonna do that. Okay, postpartum weight loss with a baby, it's mentally draining with body issues. So true. So true. Every body is different. Everyone has a different lifestyle. I think lifestyle, what you eat, all that stuff really plays into it. But at the same time, you just had a baby. So it's hard to say specifically, but for me, I didn't really worry about it. I was like, I'm letting all that go as far as I need to lose the baby weight, or I want to bounce back, or whatever. Because of course I desired to be back to normal, just to feel normal and good in my body. Everyone should feel good in their body, whatever that means. I really tried to let that go, not worrying about when I'm going to work out again and getting cleared for that. Heck no. I eat really, really healthy. Not perfect, but I eat really healthy, and I have a healthy lifestyle, and I think that helped me maybe lose baby weight and whatever. But yeah, everyone's different. So I feel weird talking about this, because it's like I just don't want anyone, you just can't compare yourself to other people, but it's true, and your feelings are valid about no matter what you look like. It's your body, you're the one living in it, and you're allowed to have these feelings of, oh my gosh, I don't feel this. Okay, I'm taking a little break and working on my iPad for a little bit and just getting things set up, doing a little October planning. So loving the iPad and all its functions and everything. But I want to stop and thank Aura for sponsoring today's video. So this goes hand in hand with just setting up my iPad and everything, because Aura is an identity theft protection app, and I can have it right here on my iPad, can have it on my phone. I actually got hacked. This has probably been like 5 or 6 years ago, and it was not a fun situation. They actually stole money from me. It was not good. So I'm really excited to have Aura, which is a really, really simple app to use. So it helps with identity theft protection. There's fraud monitoring, a VPN, password management, antivirus software, all accumulated into one app. So you might have one of these services already, but if you don't have one of these tools already, it's like locking your front door, but then leaving your back door completely open. For those who have had their identity stolen before, you know that it's shocking when it happens. Imagine trying to log into your email account one day and you see that your password has been changed hours ago, and then you start to get notifications of activity from your bank, credit cards, crypto accounts, etc. Like that is not a good feeling, and not a feeling that I ever want to have. It's scary and unfortunately a reality for a lot of people. I mean, it makes sense because we're doing everything online nowadays, So you get alerts right here on the app, and it's also nice because it puts your credit score right there on the front page, so you can open it up and check your credit score, but more importantly, get any notifications of people using your passwords or hacking your account in any kind of way. You can link your bank accounts on there. I mean, this literally is a one-stop shop. You can even have a watch list on there, so it basically will watch public records, account records, data broker lists, dark websites. So it really covers everything. And Aura also gives you near real-time alerts. So if someone's trying to open up, like a line of credit or a loan in your name, Aura is going to tell you. They automatically send results on your behalf to data brokers to remove your information. So this helps to reduce the amount of spam and robocalls that you receive. And their VPN also allows you to stay online anonymously and personal information safe and encrypted. And then another major one is their antivirus software that will block malware viruses before they infect your device. Identity theft is so common that someone is affected every 14 seconds, and it costs the average victim $1,000. That to me is just insane, but I believe it because I've been hacked before and it cost me money. Thankfully, I do not have any notifications yet, but I feel confident knowing that if someone is trying to log into my stuff or use a password or whatever it might be, that I will get the alert on my app. So that in itself just makes me feel like I can sleep at night. So if you're interested in Aura, I'll go ahead and put the link here. It'll also be in the description. I highly recommend you guys checking it out and protecting you and your family. Okay, camera is charged and we're back. So finishing up talking about your body after having a baby and dealing with that. So like I mentioned, I just didn't really focus on it too much because I think the stress of focusing on it a lot would have made me hold on to weight, and weight can be emotional too. When you have a baby, it's a lot of different reasons. I just really wanted to be mindful about not stressing about it and knowing that my body knows what to do, and whatever happens, happens, and we'll deal with it, you know what I mean? So I'm a yogi, and my practice really changed a lot when I got pregnant. I stopped teaching in studio because studios were closing and everything. I stopped doing my online stuff. I had to put more energy into trying to feel good when I was pregnant and prioritizing certain things. So I started going to a different studio towards the end of my pregnancy, and I didn't go that often. My home practice was basically non-existent. Maybe I would do a flow here at home a little bit. Even as a teacher, I don't know, there's just something about going to a studio to have someone tell you what to do. Like I know what to do at home, but I don't have the discipline to really do it. So yeah, when I was pregnant, that kind of went away. And then postpartum, it just kind of got worse. Like I just really have not been cultivating a home practice or even working out. I was going to Pilates for like a month or two. And when I say this, it's like me going once a week because that's really all I'm able to do. I have to wait for Clark to be home, and we haven't utilized babysitters. It's a whole thing. Seasons happen in life and you prioritize certain things at certain times. But that's why I think creating a healthy lifestyle as a whole is super important. It's not just one aspect, like, okay, eating super healthy, or, oh, I'm only just working out and all the other stuff are suffering. Postpartum is a weird thing, so just be kind to yourself and get back into things slowly and only if it feels good to you. Okay, what postpartum products did you take with you to the hospital and were they useful? So I have an entire video about this, so I'll link that right here. Okay, last question, I'll just wrap this up. Did you pump? Okay, long answer is no, short answer is yes. Let me explain. It's so hard to remember details and timelines when your baby's a newborn. I'm pretty sure it was around 1 month, maybe a month and a half, maybe 2 months. I was like, maybe I should start pumping a little bit just to build a freezer stash, because I was kind of just getting nervous because I'm like, what if something were to happen where my supply went out, or, you know, you think of all the crazy things in your head that could happen. And I'm like, I should probably pump so I have a stash for her, because breastfeeding was going really, really well. So I started pumping a little bit. I didn't really have a schedule with it. Sometimes I would just pump at night after her last feed, and I was only pumping maybe once a day. And I don't even think I did it every single day, but I started to build up my stash a little bit. Funny story, my baby never took a bottle, so we never used any of that milk. We used that milk to try to give her a bottle. Never happened, and we ended up just putting that milk in a little teether for her to have, or we put it in her bath water to help her eczema or just, you know, healing properties. So yeah, so I only pumped like that for a very short amount of time, but I did utilize my hand pump. It's the Medela hand pump. I would use that to help just If I was really engorged in the middle of the night and she was sleeping and it wasn't really time for her to eat and my body was just kind of producing a lot, I would pump a little bit to relieve myself. So yeah, I did have a hands-free pump that I used for that first month or so that I was talking about, but I probably used the hand pump a little bit more. Like I said, long answer is no, short answer is yes, I did for a short amount of time, and then I stopped. Okay, so I'm currently putting these muslin blankets around her crib and trying to tie them, and I know that somebody is going to yell at me about this, but these are 100% breathable, very thin muslin blankets, and she is almost 1, so I feel like this is fine, so please don't yell at me. I'm trying to create some kind of barrier around the crib because she throws her binkies out of the crib. Usually this is the area that we find them, so if this can be a solution, that would be awesome, so that she doesn't lose her binkies. And I'm sure that this is very ridiculous, but she has many binkies that she sleeps with. It comforts her, it makes her go down super easily. When she wakes up, she just plays with them. It makes everyone happy, so we say, why not? And when she loses one, she can find the other one. So she sleeps with like 6 of them, honestly. I'm trying not to react when she throws them out so she doesn't think that it is a game. But normally she's laying down when she throws them out and then will cry for them. So we'll see if this little situation works. I'm gonna put that like tighter down in there and stuff, but we'll see. Okay, fun little update for you. Sage and I are going on a trip in 2 days. Very last minute trip that we decided to go on. Okay. My niece decided to get baptized, so we are gonna go surprise her and the rest of the kids in Florida. So it's my sister's kids. I think we all know what she wants right now. It'll be just Sage and I flying, and we've flown before, but not by ourselves. Clark was with us. So I'm just feeling a little nervous for that because she's a busybody. It's just... I'm just a little nervous about being by myself, not like through the airport, and she wants to eat. Okay. She's almost 1, so she's just wants to be entertained. So anyway, I'm just a little nervous about that, but I'm gonna go feed her. Honey, you can have your binkies when we go back to bed, sweetie. Oh, okay. Typically we just let her have binkies when it's nighttime or a nap, so just that it's an association for sleep. On the random occasion, we'll have it in the car sometimes. She's starting to get fussy and we're out, but it's funny when she's just crawling around and playing in her room, she'll come up to her crib and grab a binky. But every time we leave the room, I try to just tell her to put it back in her crib and then wave goodbye to it, and she typically does that. But I'm not like extremely strict about it, but about 95% of the time she has a binky when it's time to sleep. Your binky in your crib. Good job. Say bye, binkies. It's dinner time. Let's go ahead and make some potato nachos with cashew cream sauce as like the cheese or whatever. those nachos were so freaking good. I'll put them below. It's a medical medium recipe, very clean, healthy, and so freaking good. But I think I'm gonna go ahead and end the vlog here. This has kind of been long and random, whatever, but thanks for watching. Subscribe if you are not already. Wish me luck flying with Sage by myself. I'm so freaking nervous. I'm just so nervous for sitting on the flight, like airport and the logistics of all of that. I feel good and confident, but sitting for an hour and a half with basically a 1-year-old on my lap, confined on my lap for that amount of time, just is stressing me out because I know how much of a busybody she is. So anyway, I need to pack and do all the things because I'm not prepared at all. But wish me luck, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Okay, bye.